who I met when her shop was visited last year by the now Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister, Darren Jones. I'll let her introduce herself.
My name is Gemma Brooks and I am a psychic medium. I've been able to connect with spirit since I was 7 years old when my great-grandfather passed away and visited me. I just pull a card and let what message I hear come forward. So if I ask a specific question, how are the Labour Party going to do? How are Reform going to do? I will pull the cards and get answers alongside looking at the visuals of the card, whether it feels good, whether it feels not so good. The Labour Party are going to get stronger this year. There is going to be a massive focus around supporting families and helping young people and children, and I feel this is going to come from a female influence in the party, likely Lucy Powell. I am seeing here that the Liberal Democrats might not be growing or reaching the impact that they're needing to at this time, but watch this space, things can change. But as it stands right now, it seems the other parties are just getting in there a little bit quicker. As I am looking at Reform, they are growing also, but they are taking a little bit of a different angle with making sure that they can reach new voters, the type of people that wouldn't normally be expected to turn to them. Now, house prices are going to be dropping, making it easier for people to buy homes. I'm also seeing that the cost of living crisis is going to finally be improving, and we're going to notice the real impacts of that around February, March time when these new changes come into place. As I'm looking a little bit closer, I can see that we are not going to be having World War III with Russia, so we can all rest a little bit on that respect. However, we are going to lose some resources that we might be relying on right now, so be prepared. There may be products, there may be objects, services, something that we can no longer get hold of, or at least it's very difficult to get hold of. I genuinely believe that this is going to be a much better year for everybody all around. Everybody is going to feel like they are getting some new beginnings and they're getting back to living.
Okay, thank you to Gemma. Clearly, a bit of fun, this. This is not the view of the BBC that she's putting out here, I should absolutely stress. But maybe because politics has become so unpredictable over the past decade, why not ask a psychic medium to give us some opinions? Charlotte, what's your crystal ball telling you about 2026?
Well, I think maybe the Labour government should get the psychic to write their next manifesto. There might be less U-turns then, Peter. But I hope for 2026, obviously I would hope as a Reform councillor, there's a general election, because the sooner we get Nigel Farage into number 10, the better for Britain. We've been ahead now in 175 opinion polls consistently, and in May 25 we had over 600 councillors elected.
Including yourself,
including
of course.
myself.
And there are elections coming this May, not in the
Yes.
East Midlands, but elsewhere. Maybe when she was talking about new voters, perhaps she was talking about Scots and Welsh voters turning to Reform?
Exactly, and the May 26 elections are going to be key on the next general election, I think.
OK, Toby, she was actually quite positive about the Labour government. I mean, you'd welcome that, actually.
I do. I'm glad to hear we're not going to have World War III. She didn't mention what was going to win the 230 at Kempton Park, did she?
No, unfortunately not. She didn't also say whether she thought that Keir Starmer would last the year. Do you think he will?
Well, I think so. It sounds like we're going to be having a great year, so that's good. But I think my predictions will be a year of ups and downs. I hope that the NHS waiting lists continue to come down, that the interest rates continue to come down, number of nurses and police continue to go up, and then that will be a good year for the Labour Party.
And yet, conversely, she was saying that house prices would come down, even though the interest rates would be coming down.
Well, we'll have to see. You know, it might not be absolutely perfect, but let's see on that one.
Yeah, and Michael, she was a bit, again, not particularly positive about the Liberal Democrats. Maybe this is just down to the fact it's a very crowded field in British politics at the moment. You might struggle to get enough attention.
Well, I think politics has become a lot less predictable. For 100 years, from 1924, it was a battle between two parties, Labour and the Conservatives. That changed with the general election in 2024. The Conservatives had their worst ever result nationally. We, Lib Dems, had our best ever result, 72 MPs, best since 1923. Last year's local elections, the top two parties were Reform and Liberal Democrats in terms of county council seats won. Labour and the Conservatives were down. So I think politics is changing, and I think a lot of parties are now breaking through. In the by-elections this year, Liberal Democrats and Reform were making gains, Conservatives and Labour were making losses. So I think there is a huge change to politics taking place. And I think we are seeing Liberal Democrats and also Reform going forward, and the two old parties
and
going
we didn't
backwards.
ask you for an opinion on the Conservatives because we don't have a Conservative guest this week. But that is all for this week. Thank you to my guests, Toby, Charlotte and Michael. From all of the team here at Politics East Midlands, have a great Sunday.